Okay, class.
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. Everyone has their packet. So, Miss Patillo actually gets to teach a lesson to you guys today. I know, everybody snap. Okay, so I know that you guys have been working on your theme. You guys have been talking about it. And I created a lesson for you guys that's going to talk about the main message. And it's actually one of my favorite books when I was a kid, probably your age. One of my favorite books. But today, what I want you guys to know that you guys should get out of this by the end of this lesson is that you guys will be able to identify the key story elements using the 5 W's chart. As you guys see on your paper that I just gave you, there's a 5 W's chart very similar to what you guys have done in the past. And you guys are going to be making inferences about the characters' feelings, and you guys are going to explain the main message of the text. Put a thumbs up if you understand that. Okay, perfect. So, can you pass this to Gabriel when he comes on the carpet? Or where does Gabriel sit?
We can try there next time.
Perfect.
Number
Right here. Okay, perfect, friends. Does everybody have a pencil?
Yes.
Put a thumbs up. Everybody have a clipboard? All right. So, the book that I'm going to be reading to you guys is A Bad Case of Stripes by David Shannon. Raise your hand if you've seen this book before. Okay, I know that some of you guys may know it, so that's good, but some of us don't know it. So let's put our hands down. All right. And I bet that it's actually illustrated by David Shannon. Do we remember what illustrated means?
No.
Oh, thank you for raising your hand. Someone who draws the pictures. Thank you so much. All right, are we ready to read?
Yes.
Camilla Cream loves lima beans, but she never ate them. All of her friends hated lima beans, and she wanted to fit in. Camilla was always worried about what others thought of her. Today, she was fretting even more than usual. It was the first day of school, and she couldn't decide what to wear. There were so many people to impress. She tried on 42 outfits, but none seemed quite right. She put on a pretty red dress and looked in the mirror. Then she screamed. Okay, friends, that means we have our first problem in the story. So what is our first problem? Roman?
She liked the llama beans, but her friends didn't.
Yes, that was one of the first problems that we had. Also, what's going on the next day that she's trying to try out for?
She tried on like 42
She was trying to find outfits to put on, but she didn't like any of them. That's good. We're gonna move on. And so what does that tell you guys about the character Camilla? Somebody raise your hand. Do you think that she worries a lot, potentially? Yeah, put a thumbs up if you agree. All right. So, next page. Her mother ran into the room, and she screamed too. Oh my heavens. You're completely covered with stripes. This was certainly true. Camilla was striped from head to toe. Mrs. Cream felt Camilla's forehead. Do you feel all right? She asked. Well, I feel fine, Camilla answered. But just look at me. You get back in bed this instant, her mother ordered. You're not going to school today. Camilla was relieved. She did not want to miss the first day of school, but she was afraid what other kids would say. And she had no idea what to wear with all these crazy stripes. Wow, guys. So why do you think that Camilla is afraid of what the other kids may say about her, Gabriel?
Because the beans make her think that she wants to be colorful.
The beans? She didn't eat any beans yet. Not yet, but we may see that later in the story, okay? What about you, Ava?
She's afraid that that a lot of kids at the school are gonna make fun of her.
Mm-hmm.
The stripes.
Yeah. So it makes us. She's afraid of what other people think about her, right? Have you guys ever been in that position one time?
Yeah.
I know that Miss P has definitely been there before. Put a thumbs up if you agree. Put a thumbs down if you don't agree. I'm like, some of us may not agree. So, yeah. So, what does she feel? Do you guys remember the feeling? Raise your hand if you know what feeling and your feelings chart that you guys have typically. When you're feeling, oh, I don't want anyone to see me. I'm
feeling ashamed. Shy.
anxious, shy. I hear that. What's another word? Starts with an E. Ashamed. That's what the name. But yes. Nervous. How about embarrassed? You guys learned that last week. I remember that word.
Everyone keeps on embarrassing.
Okay, and that afternoon, guys, Dr. Bumble came to examine Camilla. Most extraordinary, he exclaimed. I've never seen anything like it. Are you having any coughing, sneezing, runny nose, aches, chills, hot flashes, dizziness, drowsiness, shortness of breath, and uncontrollable twitching? No, Camilla told him. I feel fine. Well then, Dr. Bumble said, turning to Mrs. Cream, I don't see any reason why she shouldn't go to school. Some ointment that should clear up in those stripes in a few days. If it doesn't, you know where to reach me. And off he went. What do you guys think will happen next? Let's infer a little bit. What do you guys think is going to happen next?
It will get worse and worse.
It's going to get worse and worse? Well, we're going to see in May.
She's gonna go to school and all the kids are gonna make fun of her.
She's going to go to school and all the kids are going to make fun of her. One more person. She's going to have different stripes. Okay, let's see in our next page, okay? The next day was a disaster.
Oh no.
Everyone at school laughed at Camilla. They called her Camilla Crayon and Night of the Living Lollipop. She tried her best to act as if everything were normal, but when the class said the Pledge of Allegiance, her stripes turned red, white, and blue. And she broke out all in stars. Could you guys imagine that happening to you? I physically can't imagine that happening to me.
If that happened to me, I'll be so
Yeah, right? The other kids thought this was great. One yelled out, let's see some purple polka dots. Sure enough, Camilla turned all purple polka dotty. Someone else shouted, checkerboard, and the pattern of squares covered her skin. Soon everyone was calling out different shapes and colors, and poor Camilla was changing faster than you can change channels on a TV. Oh my gosh. And what are the kids doing? They're laughing at her. Let's move on to the next page. Let's see. That night, Mr. Harms and the school principal called. Whoa. I'm sorry, Mrs. Cream, he said. I'm gonna have to ask you to keep Camilla home from school. She's just too much of a distraction. And I've been getting calls from other parents, and they're afraid that the stripes may be contagious. Camilla was so embarrassed. She couldn't believe that 2 days ago, everyone liked her. Now, nobody wanted to be in the same room as her. Her father tried to make her feel better. Is there anything I can get you, sweetheart? He asked. No, thank you. Oh, Gabriel, let's sit down. Crisscross applesauce, please. Let's not wave at the camera. No, thank you, sighed Camilla. What she really wanted was a nice plate of lima beans, but she had laughed at enough for one day. Wow. Would that make you guys embarrassed too? Would you guys be sad? Do you think she's trying to handle it better? She's trying to handle it well? I think so. Okay. Yes, I see, Dr. Bumble mumbled when Mr. Cream phoned the next day. I think you better bring some specialists. We'll be right over. About an hour later, Dr. Bumble arrived with 4 people in long white coats. He introduced them to the creams. This is Mr. Grope, Mr. Sponge, Mr. Cricket, and Mr. Young. Then the specialist went to work on Camilla. They squeezed, they jabbed, they tapped, they tested. It was very uncomfortable. Well, it's not the mumps, concluded Dr. Grope. Or the measles, said Dr. Sponge. Definitely not chicken pox, put in Dr. Cricket. Or sunburn, said Dr. Young. Try these, said the specialist. They each handed her a bottle filled with different colored pills. Take one of each before bed, said Dr. Grope. Then they filed out the front door, followed by Mr. Bumble. Do you guys think the medicine's gonna work? Put a thumbs up if you agree. Put a thumbs down if you don't agree. Let's see.
Does it work?
That night, Camilla took her medicine. It was awful.
Oh no.
She woke up the next day. She didn't feel different, but when she got dressed, her clothes didn't fit right. She looked in the mirror, and there staring back at her was a giant, multicolored pill with her face on it. So what did she just turn into? A pill. That's insane, guys. Dr. Bumble rushed over as soon as Mrs. Cream called, but this time, instead of a specialist, he brought the experts.
Oh.
Dr. Gourd and Dr. Mellon were the finest scientific minds in the land. And once again, Camilla was poked and produce looked at and listened to. The experts wrote down lots of numbers. Then they huddled together and whispered. Dr. Gourd finally spoke. It might be a virus, he announced with authority. Suddenly, fuzzy little virus balls appeared all over Camilla. Or possibly some form of bacteria, said Mr. Mellon. Out popped squiggly little bacterial tails. Or it could be a fungus, added Mr. Gourd. Instantly, Camilla was covered with different colored fungus blotches. The experts looked at Camilla and to each other. We need to go over the numbers again. Back to the lab, Dr. Gourd explained. Then we'll call you when we know something. But the experts didn't have a clue, much less a cure. Wow, guys.
It's getting even more worse.
Oh, goodness. By now, TV news had found out about Camilla. Reporters from every channel was outside her house telling the story of the bizarre case of the incredible changing kid. Soon, a huge crowd was camped out of the front lawn. Goodness, guys. It just got completely worse. And what do you guys think is going to happen next? Let's get two people at a time.
Probably when she gets to the hospital.
Oh, she may go to the hospital. What about you?
She maybe starts to like it.
She maybe starts to like it. We're going to see. Hands down. Oh, goodness. The creams were swamped with all kinds of remedies from psychologists, allergists, herbalists, nutritionists, psychics, an old medicine man, a guru, and even a veterinarian. Each so-called cure only added to Camilla's poor, strange appearance. Ooh, can you crisscross for me, please? Until it was hard to even recognize her. She sprouted roots and berries and crystals and feathers and a long furry tail, but nothing worked. This is probably frustrating to her, right? This would be frustrating. Yes, Gabriel?
If the people of that scientist guys, if they keep on gonna give her other more medicines, she's gonna keep on turning more and more worse, and it's gonna keep on turning big until she's a big.
And we're gonna
monster.
see Gabriel too, if she does become a monster, okay?
So,
Okay, let's move on. And one day, a woman who called herself an environmental therapist claimed that she could cure Camilla. Close your eyes, she said. Breathe deeply and become one with your room. I wish you hadn't said that, Camilla said. Slowly, she started to melt into the walls of her dresser and her 2 paintings with her eyes. The therapist screamed and ran out of that house. "What are we going to do?" cried Mrs. Cream. "It just keeps getting worse and worse." She began to sob. At that moment, Mr. Cream heard a quiet little knock at the front door. He opened it, and there stood an old woman who was just as plump and sweet as a strawberry. "Excuse me," she said brightly. "I think I can help." She went into Camilla's room and looked around. "My goodness," she said with a shake of her head. "What we have here is a bad case of stripes. One of the worst I've ever seen." She pulled a container of small green beans from her bag. "Here," she said, "these might do the trick." "Are those magic beans?" Oh, crisscross for me, please. Crisscross. "Are those magic beans?" she asked Mrs. Cream. "Oh no," replied the kind old woman. "There's no such thing. These are just plain old lima beans." "Oh, can't do, you're going." Camilla wanted a big heaping plate of lima beans more than ever, but she was still afraid to admit it. "Yuck," she said. "No one likes lima beans, especially me." "Oh dear," the old woman said sadly. "I guess I was wrong about you." She put the beans back in her bag and started to walk towards the door. Camilla watched the old woman walk away. Those beans would taste so good, but being laughed at for eating them was nothing compared to what she's been going through. She finally couldn't stand it anymore. "Wait," she cried. "The truth is, I really love lima beans." "I thought so," the old woman said with a smile. She took a handful of beans and popped them into Camilla's mouth. "Mmm," said Camilla. Now she's finally eating the lima beans, which she really loved. But remember, she was so embarrassed that she didn't want to eat them in front of anyone. But let's see if that actually cures her. Put a thumbs up if you think it's going to cure her. Let's see. Suddenly, the branches, the feathers, the squiggly tails begin to disappear. Then the whole room swirled around, and when it stopped, there stood Camilla, and everything was back to normal. "I'm cured," she shouted. "Yes," said the old woman. "I knew the real you was in there somewhere." She patted Camilla on the head, and then she went outside and vanished into the crowd.
What?
Afterward, Camilla wasn't quite the same. Some of the kids at school said that she was weird, but she didn't care a bit. She ate all the lima beans she wanted and never had a touch of stripes again.
Of her bows.
Wow. Yep, her bows are stripes. And I think it may be a symbolism of what she's gone through.
Same.
All right, friends. So we're actually going to go to our paper. Everybody look at your paper. What's the first thing that we do when we have a paper? Name and date. Name and date. Put a thumbs up when you have that down. What day is it? Someone tell me.
30.
Perfect. Thank you guys so much. All right. Let's look at page 1. Remember when I said we have our first problem?
Yeah.
Page 1. Let's look at it. So who is our character in the story? Camilla. Let's write that down. We're going through this together. And where is she right here in the story?
In her closet.
She's in her closet. All right, let's write that down as well. Closet. So let's look at the what. So Camilla loves blank, but she worries about blank. So what does Camilla really love? Lima beans. She secretly loves lima beans. So let's write that down too. Lima beans.
Can we just write L beans?
If you remember.
How
But
about we
lima
do
beans would be more preferred, even if you have to stack it on top of each other.
maybe you could
But-
spell beans.
Okay, I'll spell beans. B
Yeah.
E A N S. But she worries about blank. So what was Camilla worried about in the beginning of our story? She was worried about what?
She was worried about her sensibility.
Okay. She was worried about other people. And if you can't spell it, I have it spelled out right here too, Gabriel. Other people. I'll give you guys a few seconds to write that. Make sure we're writing, okay? We shouldn't be playing with our clipboard. Thank you for your thumbs up. And Camilla also wanted to impress others with her outfit. So let's look at our next page right here. Do you guys remember what's going on in this story? Part of the story? So on page 2. So who's our character now? Camilla and who else? Her mother. Camilla and mom. So when is this happening? She's in her bed. Do you guys think this was in the morning time, or do you think it's like afternoon, evening time? Around that afternoon, evening time, because on our next page, that's when Dr. Bumble comes towards the evening. So when this was our afternoon time. And remember, this was before the first day of school, so that means it was most likely on a Sunday, on the weekend. So what does she have now? Camilla has blank now. Stripes. Okay, friends, and so for this next one, what may the stripes represent? The stripes do not represent her eating lima beans. She felt better after she ate the lima beans. But what was her emotions in the beginning? She was what?
Sad.
Not sad.
Scared.
Scared, something similar to scared. Not yet. She's not embarrassed yet, but in the beginning, she was feeling what? Nervous or worried. So, do you guys think that the stripes represent her being worried?
Yeah.
Have you ever been so worried that you felt sick?
Yeah.
So this may actually represent that. So the stripes may represent Camilla's worry. Let's take a minute to write that down. Bless you. All right, friends, let's move on. So on page 4, let's look at the who. Who's our character in the story again?
Mom.
Camilla.
Camilla and mom.
No, not on this page. Who's in? Yep, her classmates. Good job.
Can we just write
Classmates, okay? Even if it has to be a little bit bigger than the line, okay? And so somebody raise your hand and tell me, where is she now? Is she at home now, or is she at, raise your hand and tell me. No. School. And what are her classmates doing? Raise your hand, please. Uh-huh, they're saying the Pledge of Allegiance, but what are they doing to Camilla?
calling out different patterns?
Not at this point of the story, but they're calling her Camilla Crayon and Night of the Living Lollipop. So they're calling her what?
Names.
Names. They're calling her names. calling her names.
I wasn't there.
Put a thumbs up if we have that down.
No.
I'll wait for everyone's thumb to be up. All right, friends. So, how do you think Camilla is handling this at the moment? Do you think that she's upset now?
Can we see the picture?
Oh, yes, of course. Do you remember what happened at the end? She tried her best to act as if everything were normal. So do you think that she's upset at the moment?
No.
No. She's handling it pretty good or bad?
Good.
She's handling it well, okay? Okay, let's look at page 6 now. So, who are our characters in this page? Let's look up here. Let's look up here, friends. I want to see everybody, eyes up here. Are these is this the principal?
Wait,
Mom and Dad. So, Camilla and her parents. And so they're at home at this time, so we don't have to worry about the where. And so Camilla is told to what because of her stripes. So why did the principal call? What did the principal say to the parents? Shh. Oh, friends. So the principal told her to what?
No.
Hey friends, remember, whenever someone's talking, we have to let them talk, okay? They are raising their hand. So repeat that. To stay home? Yes, good job. So Camilla is told now to stay home. And so I'm going to read this part. What she really wanted was a nice plate of lima beans, but she had been laughed at enough for one day. So let's look at this question. She finally wants to what? Eat lima beans. Do you guys think that lima beans bring her comfort? And she loves it?
Yes.
After we finish our lesson, you can go to the bathroom, okay?
Can I stop?
Not right now.
Can I stop?
Okay. Let's look at our last 2 pages now, okay? All right. Our 2 characters now are Camilla and who? Who comes to the house?
The old one.
The old woman. The old woman.
Oh.
The old woman gives Camilla beans, lima beans. Let's follow along. No, sir. No, sir, Gabriel. And so, do you guys remember? She says at first that she doesn't like them, but then what?
She actually likes
Uh-huh. And she actually asked the woman, please give me lima beans, right?
them. Once she tried it.
When the woman started to walk away, she's like, well, maybe I'm just wrong about you. And then Camilla's like, oh, wait, no. I actually really love lima beans.
She's just ashamed.
Yep, she's just ashamed because she thinks that what? The old woman might make fun of her, right? But she doesn't. But then she asked for lima beans. Are you ready? We're almost finished now. So our last thing on this page, Camilla being blank is what cured her from her stripes. When she was finally truthful, or what? Truthful, or what's another word for truthful? Starts with an H.
Honest.
Honest. So she was finally honest with the old woman about her loving lima beans. Put a thumbs up when you finish that box. Okay, we're almost done. Let's look at the back page. It says main message. So you guys have been learning about the theme. So if we look up here on the board, so there's a few things that talk about being yourself. The character wants to be like others. Did we see a lot of Camilla in that? She wants to fit in. She doesn't want to be her true self. But at the end, she becomes her true self after she's cured, when she finally gets what she really wanted the whole time. So let's look. Our main message, or our theme, is when we do not blank and do things that we blank to do. So how did she feel in the beginning? Do you guys remember which word I mentioned earlier? It started with a W. Similar to anxious.
Worry.
Worry. So our main message is when we do not worry and we do the things that we like or love to do. You guys can either write like or love, but I'm going to put love.
Okay.
So raise your hand if you love sports. So what if you were embarrassed to do the sport? Wouldn't it be hard for you to enjoy the sport if you were embarrassed to tell people about it? Right? And so that's our main message. I really want to encourage you guys. So we've already inferred what things were going to go on, inferring what was going to happen next in the story. We talked about the story elements already. And then we had talked about our main message and our theme about being true to yourself. So that's our main message today, friends. Whenever we really love something or we really love to eat something, we love to play with our friends, we should never worry or feel embarrassed about what we love to do, because that's what you love to do and you are unique. Put a thumbs up if you understand that. Okay, thank you guys so much, friends, for listening and doing y'all's assignment with me. And yeah, that's the end of my lesson.